Hey guys, this is my second video in my 12-week series, Relax into Sensuality, Your Adventure in Purity. This show today is going to take a little bit more of a serious tone because I'm not just guessing this. I've actually received feedback that has confirmed this. But as you tested out my little experiment, and maybe you didn't even act on the things, maybe you just noticed them, or maybe you refused to even notice them. As you watched my video, I can just about guarantee for every one of you that a trigger came up for you, whether that was just watching the video or thinking about trying my challenge of, just noticing your senses and giving yourself permission to experience that a little bit more. Or as you went into taking those actions, maybe even as you went to share, the actions that you took or what it felt like as you were taking those actions, I could just about guarantee that almost all of you were triggered. I even had some triggers come up for me. So I knew that would happen. And before you stop watching and say, that was really lousy, you sent me into something that would be hard, keep watching because there's hope. So what we have to do is we have to ask ourselves why. Not just why was that hard, but why did we stop doing these things in the first place? Why did we stop? Why don't we feel safe in our own skin? Why, doesn't that feel heavy? Why don't we feel safe in our own skin? I know that I can trace back to so many different little things that happened throughout my upbringing that made me stop, that made me stop feeling like I could just be me, stop feeling like who I am is okay. What I want to do with my body is okay. So many little things. And I want to just take some time to validate that for you and for me. To validate that you've been hurt. You've been hurt. When you've tried to be yourself, you've been hurt. And as you've progressed in your life, you've tried to go back to being yourself and you felt frustrated. Maybe you felt frustrated because you've been hurt again, or maybe you've just felt frustrated because as you've tried to be yourself, you have no idea where to even start. Or as you've tried to be yourself, you find that you're the one criticizing yourself. It's frustrating and it hurts. And sometimes it can feel hopeless. So I'm sharing these things because if you're feeling any of this, I want to validate it for you. I want to bring it to consciousness so that we can work through it. And believe me when I say we can work through this. So again, if we look back at why, some horrendous experiences might come up in your mind. But aside from those experiences, I want to look at the decision you made to start to protect yourself. So why did you stop doing the things that were, whatever it was in the long term causing you pain? Why did you stop? Because you were smart. Because you were a survivor. Because you knew, okay, when I do XYZ, other people do ABC, and therefore that causes me pain. So in order for me to self-preserve, I'm going to stop doing XYZ so that other people won't do ABC, and then hopefully in the long run I will experience less pain so that I can survive. I mean, we made those kinds of decisions. Little. We were just kids, and we were just trying to survive and belong and get along in the world. And so we made these choices because we're survivors, because we're actually warriors, because we made these choices so that we could be protected. And we continue to choose those things every day because we think we still need to protect ourselves. And maybe we do. I can't sit here and tell you you don't need to protect yourself. I don't know what's going on in your life right now. But what I do know is this: it took a dang lot of courage to do that. We didn't know what we were doing. It was all subconscious. But it was courageous. It was really courageous to say, actually, I'm going to give up those things. I'm going to stifle this. I'm going to, I'm going to numb out. I'm going to turn to addictions. I'm going to turn to whatever it is. And I'm going to self-preserve. And maybe you've never looked at your choices as a kid in that light before. So I want to just rest in that for a minute and take a deep breath. Because it was courageous. I just want to say that to myself. The things that you did, Melissa, to preserve yourself. You're a survivor. You're a warrior. And it was courageous. You were not a bad girl. Take another deep breath. Sit in that. If you can't say it to yourself, hear me saying it to you. Okay, and now, the same courage that it took for you to self-preserve, I want you to find that friggin' determination. It's like deep in there, right? And it says like, gosh dang it, I don't care what people say. I will survive. I will make something out of myself in this world. It's where our tough came out. It's where our warrior paint went on. It's where we got like gritty and determined. And we said, I don't care how dirty I have to get. I don't care how tough I have to be. I don't care who I have to step on. I don't care what I have to do. I will survive, gosh dang it. We said that, right? Find that courage. And I want you to take that courage and apply that same courage to what I'm asking you to do. Can you see how we can shift that? Whew. It's like, oh yeah, there is a new challenge that has been presented, and it's the challenge of quality of life. It's the challenge that says you no longer have to self-protect. You no longer have to self-preserve in all your life situations. See, because as we became this kid and we took on all these things and we put on all this armor and all this defense, we felt like, okay, I'm ready and I'm going to war. But the thing is I'm not at war when I'm struggling with my toddler who won't stop crying. I'm not at war when my husband has chosen to come home late for God knows why. I'm not at war in these situations. But my inner child, my instinct still says, yes, you are. Right? I still think in all my life situations, I am at war. So I get to take my wisdom and my courage, both pieces, my wisdom and my courage, that intuition, that place that says, actually, you're safe right now. Right now watching this video. Actually, you're safe right now. You might be feeling some resistance to that. I know if I were saying these things to me, I would be feeling resistance. Like, how do you know I'm safe? Because I'm tough and I'm a warrior. That's what a warrior would think, right? Like, let me double check. Let me make sure I actually am safe before I take off my armor. Okay, you're smart and you've got that wisdom. So let's figure out how to take those two things, your wisdom and your courage, and apply it to vulnerability. Okay, do you see where I'm going with this? So I want you to take the warrior within you and the woman within you and bring them together. Allow yourself to be a little softer sometimes. Allow yourself to be a little more intuitive sometimes. Allow yourself to feel just what your skin feels like, what the air on your skin feels like, to taste things, to take a little more time, to enjoy smells, to enjoy the breeze, to enjoy, fall and the changing seasons, and just some of that receiving that we can do. So your challenge for this week is just that. I want you to notice those times when you have an inclination. So building on what we did last week, notice those times when you have an inclination to do something and then immediately you feel the wall come up, right? Hopefully if you tested that out last week, then you know what I'm talking about. You think it and then you go, oh crap, I can't do that. Right? Even sometimes it could just be showing a little extra kindness to your spouse, or taking a little extra time with your kids. Like so many different things that we go, nope, can't do that. We put up these walls. I want you to just notice the wall. Notice when that comes up for you. And then I want you to choose courage, even if it's just once this week. Choose courage. And what courage looks like is do the thing that your intuition says to do. this looks so different. And if this feels vague to you, then it probably is time to like place your hand on your heart and really ask yourself, like, okay, what is she talking about here? Where am I hiding? Where am I still protecting? Where am I still feeling like I'm at war? And where can I kind of bring down some of my armor in areas where I'm really not at war and I really am safe? Okay, and please reach out to me. Reach out to me if you're feeling overwhelmed with some of the things that might come up. The thing is that this is worth it. It's worth it for you to take this courage and apply it to you rediscovering you. And as you do that, you will find that you will naturally relax into sensuality, because sensuality is a part of our divine DNA as a woman. It's who we are. It is who we are. And again, don't take my word for that. Test this out. Find out for yourself. Is sensuality really a part of who you are? And again, as we adventure into that purity, the pure you, it takes courage. This is absolutely an adventure. And there is a war raging. So take your courage, take your warrior, and apply it in this. And I would love it if you would share here on the Heart Hub. You can share privately with me. I got shares through Voxer. I got shares through text messages. I got phone calls. I loved Brittany's. If you haven't seen Brittany Curtis's, she is a true Disney princess, and she posted it here on the Heart Hub. So search Brittany Curtis if you haven't seen her video yet. Seriously, was the best. She sang to parrots, and they totally danced to her song. It was so amazing. So please share. And I would love it if you would share with the phrase, starting out with the phrase, I choose courage in blah, 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 blah. Because that's what this is. Let's choose courage. And certainly if you want to hashtag, just so that, I can see it. I can see your post, or tag me, or you can hashtag relax into sensuality, or hashtag adventure in purity. Okay, thanks guys.